Okay, thank you everyone for coming to this meetup. First of all, I would like to say thank you to all the people that have made possible this wonderful meetup and gave us the possibility to show you what are we doing in Idealista with ClickHouse. So I got a question for you. How many of you know Idealista here? Okay, I guess Spanish people do, but for the foreign people, I'm going to introduce the company. Idealista Data is the department where I belong to, and I'm going to talk the things that we are doing with ClickHouse in Idealista, okay? So first of all, Idealista is well known as a real estate web page, the most important in the south of Europe, okay? We are in 3 countries, Italy, Portugal, and Spain. We connect people who want to rent or sell a property, and people who want to buy or rent a property, okay? As simple as that. Also, we are one of the most important web pages in traffic with more than 36 million visits per month with an average time of 15 minutes per visit, okay? And what about Idealista Data, or data? In English, sorry. Well, we manage all the information that Idealista has, okay? We create market metrics, demand metrics, because we have also the information about the searches that the user usually do when they are looking for a property. We also create KPIs, automatic valuation models, and all these things, we bring them to our clients in order to take data-driven decisions. So, in fact, we love data, and because of that, we were looking for a 21st century database. We are a startup. We started working with Idealista over 2 years ago, and our starting point was the next. We got a lot of information in different sources, okay, as you can see in the slides. We got different databases with the Idealista information, and we wanted to integrate it into a single database in order to transform, process, and create metrics with all this data. Also, we wanted to integrate public data because we thought it could be interesting for our client, okay? And other data from private sources, as could be another companies. So our main purpose was to integrate all this information in a single database, okay? And what did we ask of a database? Well, just a couple of things as a good response time. Okay, we need to have a very short delivery times, and in order to that, we wanted a database with a very good response times. Also, as well as the response times, we wanted a good performance. So a database with a good performance, because we have to process, manage, transform, and load a lot of data. And we wanted a database with a good performance to do that in a quick way. So we also wanted to do the make quality control into this database. So we wanted to do a lot of things into a single database. And an important point was that we wanted to work with our database with a SQL language programming language, because everyone in this data world, or I guess so, know how to program in this language. Don't you? I think so. Not everyone knows. Okay, and it is really, really easy. And the last point, and not the less important, is that we didn't know if we wanted an on-premise system or on a cloud system. But we were sure that we wanted the most technological simplicity possible, okay? In order to not have too many difficulties in order to work with a new database. So what was our choice? Yes, ClickHouse. This is a meetup of ClickHouse. So ClickHouse has everything that we wanted, okay? Amazing response times. We can work with it with SQL, with performance, technological simplicity. So all we wanted is in ClickHouse. And just as information, I did this morning a simple query count, okay? With a legacy database. I don't like to say names, but we can call it Oracle if you want, okay? And I did the same with ClickHouse. So the count was over 50 million of records. So the legacy database takes 4.5 seconds, while ClickHouse takes 0.44 seconds. So ClickHouse is 10 times or more than 10 times faster than the legacy database, okay? So it's true that you told us in the previous speech, okay? And, well, I'm going to show you how we are working in Idealista with ClickHouse, and for that I create a simpler, easy case of study. So it's just the data preparation for market price estimation of residential assets. When I am talking about residential assets, I am talking about apartments, flats, and houses, okay? Just that. And the goal is to estimate the theoretical market prices for every residential ad currently offered in idealista.com. Our web page. I'm going to talk about challenges and tools later, so let's move on and less fun, as say Alexander. Well, first of all, when we have chosen the database, we have all the information into a single database, but in different tables, okay? We have different tables for different properties, and we have different tables for different periods. Our information is grouped by month, okay? As you can see here in the left part of the slide. So to group all this information in a single table and to analyze all the data, we are going to use a powerful tool that ClickHouse has, that is the merge function, as you can see here, okay? You can see here, okay? So this function just group all the table with a simple query, okay? Selecting all the variables that we are going to need for our model, and specifying here the merge tool, and then two parameters. The first parameter is the schema, where our tables are, and the second one is just a regular expression with the name of the tables that we want to group, okay? So in this case, we are going to group all the tables that start with the name assets and continue by chalet or home. Okay, the bar means home, means or, and continue by all the periods that we need to our future model. Okay, as simple as that. But we found some difficulties because these tables were loaded into ClickHouse automatically, so the data types are not the same, and we cannot do the merge. If we wanted to do a merge with a column with a data type string, another column with a data type integer, for example, we cannot do that. So to avoid all these difficulties, we have developed some tools in programming languages, Python and R, okay? We work with ClickHouse driver for Python, in my case, okay? So in this case, the tool tried to put in common both schemas, okay? The schemas of both tables. For that, we have defined a generic rules about the data types. So about the type, the most generic is the string, and the less generic is the numerical types, because you can put a numerical value into a string column, but not a string column, so a string value into a numerical column, okay? And what about the precision? The fewer precision is the less generic, and the highest precision is the most generic. In this case, 64. And the same with the nullable and non-nullable values, okay? Null values accept null and non-null values, but non-nullable only accept non-null values. So the most generic is the nullable. In this example, we have the room number field with different data types in both tables. In the case of home tables, we have a nullable integer 32. And in the second case, in the chalet tables, we have a room number with the integer 16. So the tool is going to transform this field into nullable integer 32. Okay, if we follow the generic rules, we can see that the nullable is more generic than the non-nullable. So the tool is going to transform the integer 16 into nullable, and the integer 32 is more generic than the integer 16. So the tool does that, and we can merge all these tables, okay? So now we have all our information in a single table, and we can start to analyze it. Okay, more difficulties. our users don't provide, in many cases, all the information, okay, for all the variables, because they don't have time, they don't want, whatever. So, but we need this information in order to create our prediction models. So we have to complete all this information with any of those strategies that we have developed. So a single imputation with a statistic metric, as could be the mean, median, or mode, okay? Or a machine learning model for each variable with missing values. I'm going to explain the second one because it's the most complex and also the most interesting, okay? Okay, what are going to use for this machine learning model? Another tool developed by Yandex, and it is CatBoost. Okay, CatBoost is just an algorithm for the gradient boosting on decision trees. It is really, really easy to use, okay, and also we can integrate it into ClickHouse. So we can train our model, as you can see here in the first step, with Python or R. Okay, as is the way is very similar as you can do with another famous machine learning libraries, for example, for Python. The second one is to save our trained model into a binary file, okay? And then we can load this trained model into ClickHouse in order to predict our missing values. Just doing a modification into the configuration file, okay? We indicate the type model, okay, in this case CatBoost, the name of the model, whatever we want, and the path where we have saved the binary file in the step 2. And after that, we can call this training model in order to predict, as you can see here in the step 4, in order to predict the missing values, okay? As simple as just select with a simple query, okay? Just select, a model evaluate is the function to call the model, the name of the model, and all the variables that the model needs in order to predict, in this case, the raw number, okay? And the schema and the table where all the data is. So as simple as that. We have all our information into a single database and all our missing values with information right now, okay? And our last step would be just create another machine learning model in order to predict the prices of all of our advertisement in our web. Okay? So some numbers about CatBoost. If we use the simple method, okay, using the mode, we have an accuracy of 42%. And if we use for the model that you can see in the previous slides, we have an accuracy of 63%, okay? It means that CatBoost is better than the mode in 50%. So advantages of using CatBoost and ClickHouse. Well, easy to integrate. We can train the model using Python and R, so we no need to learn new technologies to do that. And we can predict all the values just doing a simple query. So it's a really powerful tool, okay? Well, and some pros and cons of using ClickHouse. ClickHouse has a lot of good things. So I'm going to talk only about a few. As the velocity, we can work with SQL language, easy to work with, okay? There are a lot of tools to work with ClickHouse that make our daily job faster and along, etc. And what about the cons? Because they are cons. Skills documentation, it was a problem when we started using ClickHouse, okay, but the community was increasing, and it's increasing day by day, so documentation too. The data types, as you can see in the example, but it's not a problem if you develop new tools in order to avoid this problem. Spatial index, okay, we know that ClickHouse is working to introduce spatial index in the next releases. And one thing that we think could make even powerful ClickHouse is the user-defined functions, okay? That we miss them a lot. And just to finish, I love this picture because I am aerospace engineering, and what people ask me, what are you doing in a company as Idealista? I always answer with this pic. Okay, but it helps me to show you or to do a metaphor about how ClickHouse is helping us in our daily job. Okay, so we have a really short delivery time. We manage a billion of data at month. So without ClickHouse, we cannot do that. So we cannot not have these short delivery times. So in this case, ClickHouse would be the balloons, okay, that are making the house, which is Idealista, fly. Okay, thank you so much.
Questions? We have so much time, but I think that we have time for some questions. Not so much, not so many, but.
I wasn't in Idealista yet, but maybe how long? The migration to, because David is our chief data officer, so he was there. One month, 2 months, approximately.
It wasn't so hard to migrate to this new database. I believe it was about a month, but we didn't the migration entirely. So we're still migrating tables. So I believe if you want to start from scratch, it will take you about 1 month.
It was Oracle? Yeah. That's the problem. More questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you to you all. Thank you.